Howdy, howdy, and welcome to my Week 14 NFL Power Rankings. This was the hardest week to make, actually. It was really challenging, especially towards the middle, but let's get right into it. First, the Titans. They got destroyed by the Jaguars, and so they're still in last place. 31, sorry there, now you can see it. 31 is going to be the Raiders. The Raiders, I believe, lost to the Chargers also by a bunch, I think 17. And so they're bad, and they stay at 31. 30, the Saints, I wanted to move them up because they almost beat the Dolphins. They were getting there, they were getting close, but no cigar, and they stay at 30. 29, the Browns fall from 28 down to 29 as they lose to the 49ers, and it wasn't close. Uh, the Jets move ahead, so the Jets and the Browns flip-flop spots as the Jets beat the Falcons. Uh, Finally, the Jets showing some life, and I'm telling you, Tyrod Taylor might be the answer. He might be the best quarterback of all time. Anyways, let me stop being a liar. 27 is the Cardinals. The Cardinals, unfortunately, have not looked that good. They were close to beating the Buccaneers, lost by 3, but the Buccaneers haven't looked too good as of late themselves, so they are at 27. 26 is the Falcons. They lost to the Jets, so that's pretty much self-explanatory. 25 is the Commanders, putting up a really good fight against the Broncos. I honestly don't think the Broncos are that good. They're like the Steelers of I think like what 2021, where they went like 14 and 3 or something, like some really crazy, and then was a first round exit because they were like not that good. That's kind of what the Broncos are. Anyways, I can get to them later, but Commanders at 25. 24, we have the Giants. This is the first game where they looked like they were lost. They looked horrible. I mean, it is against the Patriots, where the Patriots are a top 5 team, but I mean, I still think the Giants are better than all the teams that are lower than them, even though they have less wins than any of them. The Giants, I feel like I forget who are they playing next week. Um, they're who are they playing? Are they playing next week? They've got to be playing next week. I don't know, but you know what? They I think they have a good shot at winning here soon. I hope. Anyways, sorry that took way too long on the Giants. 23 is the Vikings. The Vikings got smoked by the Seahawks and their poor quarterback. I think he threw for like 4 interceptions, and it was bad. You'd hate to see it. And 22, the Dolphins. I think I remember having the Dolphins at 31, like probably like 5 weeks ago. But this is ridiculous. 22. I mean, they're 5-7. 5-7. They have the same record as I don't know who else is 5-7, but that's crazy for the Dolphins. 21. Yes, you're seeing that right. It is the Steelers. The Steelers lose again, and honestly, it's mostly the fault of all the other teams around them winning against good teams that moves them up. Dude, the Steelers, dude, I don't know. It's getting crazy. 20 is the Jaguars, blew out the Titans. At least they won. This was the closest one to having the Steelers above. 19, the Bengals beat the Ravens. That's a great win for the Bengals. They move up. Panthers 8. That's kind of crazy that the 4-8 team is above the 6-6 team. Anywho, Panthers, they beat the Rams. Great win. I really wanted to put them higher. I couldn't quite do it. 18 is kind of where they're going to have to land. 17, the Buccaneers. They get a win. It didn't look that good, but they get a win. They kind of end up at 17. 16, Chiefs. They fall back. They lost to the Cowboys. 15, Chargers. Like this whole middle section was crazy for me. It was so difficult. Chargers blow out the Raiders, or not really blow out, but they beat the Raiders by a considerable margin. They kind of end up at 15. I feel like this is a pretty good team to be at, like the halfway mark. Chiefs even better as a mid team. Ravens 14 lost to the Bengals, had to move them down a couple spots. Lamar has done nothing the last 3 weeks, so maybe if he locks in, they can move back up. 13, the Cowboys. I mean, they were perpetually in 21st, 22nd spot for like the first 8 weeks of me doing this, and now they finally found some life. They're almost in the top 10. They could definitely sneak in next week. 12 Colts. They have looked really not good. I wouldn't say really bad, but they have not been good. And they lose to the Texans. I did see that crazy extra point that the refs just blatantly missed. It should have been 19 to 16, but that still results in a Colts L. So, anyways, 11. I'm respecting the head-to-head. I've been called out on this from my last video. Thank you for the man who did that, or woman. I don't know. Um, but I'm gonna start like actually looking at head-to-head matchups. This is one of them. This was an easy one to do because it just happened. But the Texans had 11. 10 Broncos. Oh, that's right. Commanders. Yeah, they're not that good. They could probably fall below the Texans, Colts, Cowboys. It's a downfall for the Broncos. I'm just expecting. I'm ready for it. Number 9 is the Bills. They beat the Steelers. The Steelers aren't a horrible team, but they somehow ended at 21 in my rankings this week. 8 is going to be the Lions losing to the Packers. No good. I traded for Amon-Ra St. Brown in fantasy. Got injured in the first quarter. I might cry. Actually, no, I didn't cry, but I might cry. Uh, 7 is my Philadelphia Eagles. I wish I could drop them lower. They should be better than what they are. They could be lower than the Lions, but 7, I guess, and they lose to the Bears. That makes me upset. The Bears apparently are legit. I don't know if they're number 6 legit. They're probably lower than that, but whatever. Number 5, 49ers. They blew out the Browns. Not Mac Jones. Brock Purdy has to get his act together, though. I mean, this week was better. This week was getting there to being good. So I'm just nervous about the 49ers at 5. 4 is the Packers. Beat a good Lions team. I still have them in the top 10. Packers move into the top 5. Or no, they stay at 4. They were at 4 last week. And so a really great win. I just didn't want to quite move them ahead of the Seahawks. The Seahawks destroyed the Vikings. The Vikings started some dude, don't even know his name, but what are you going to expect? I mean, the Seahawks took care of business, but I am respecting the head-to-head matchup. The Rams beat the Seahawks either last week or 2 weeks ago, and then they lost the Carolina Panthers. What? The Carolina Panthers, dude. Horrible loss, and yet they're still at 2. That is ridiculous. And our number 1 team, as you can probably tell, is the New England Patriots, beating the Giants, who have looked at least competent. They look competent for a 10 team, 2-11. I don't even think they've had a bye yet. Yeah, this is probably the number 1 team now after the Rams lost to the Panthers. But let me know what you think of my rankings. What do you want different? Did I miss another head-to-head matchup that one should be higher than the other? Let me know. Have a great day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.